Hi, I'm Brian James, and today I want to share with you a practice to help with any lower back pain you might be experiencing. Last week I was doing some traveling and I was walking around with a giant backpack full of my clothes and some musical instruments. And after that first day of going to my destination, my lower back was killing me. I felt like it was all jammed up and tight around my hips, and it was quite uncomfortable. So when I got home, I made some modifications to my practice, and within a few days, I started to feel back to normal. So I wanted to share with you a simple practice that you can do that might help with your lower back pain, because I know it's something that a lot of people are dealing with. So let's give it a try. We'll start on hands and knees. And just begin by finding the ground and finding a balance between your left and right hand. So balancing side to side, and then finding a balance where you place your knees so that when you're resting, you're in a more neutral position with your spine. And then once you've got that foundation, let's just start with some simple breathing and moving with spinal waves. So as you inhale, lift your chest, lift your tail like you had one, and gently lift your gaze upwards. And as you exhale, tuck your chin, tuck your tail, round your back, and try to draw in your abdominals. And we'll just continue like that, synchronizing movement to breath. And you might like to add some short pauses at the top of the inhale and end of the exhale. Just feeling into each position. And throughout this sequence, we'll work on opening up and strengthening the lower back and glutes, and also the core, which is really key to maintaining lower back health. So every exhale, draw your belly in, engage your abdominals, hold it for a moment, and then release as you inhale. Really feel into each position. The more body awareness that we develop, the less likely we are to keep injuring ourselves. And I know I'm not going to be walking around with a giant backpack full of stuff anymore, especially on city streets. It may take a few times, but eventually even I learned my lesson. Okay, one more time. And then returning to that neutral position. Take a breath here just to center yourself. And then we'll do some variations of this pose called Chakravakasana. As you inhale, lift your right leg up. Little pause at the top, squeeze your glute. And then as you exhale, draw your knee in toward your chest, round your back just like you did before, engage your abdominals, slight pause, and we'll continue like that. Inhale into your chest, lift your gaze, lift your leg. Feel how the back body is engaged here. And then exhale, engaging your front body as your back body opens. There's always this reciprocity. As one side is engaged, the other side is opening. In this case, it's the front and back. So again, you can explore those pauses. In the pause, engaging your muscles, feeling the pose. Feel where the benefit is. Okay, we'll go one more round on this side. And after that exhale, return to the neutral position. Set yourself up for the other side. Find balance first, find a stable foundation, and then try the movement. Really see if you can synchronize your movement with your breath. Exploring those pauses. Notice in the pause too, as your breath is still, your mind might also be still, just for a brief moment. Okay, we'll do one more round here. After that exhale, return to the neutral tabletop position. Okay, now that we've worked the back muscles, we want to give them a little relief. So inhale into your chest, look up, gentle back arch. Exhale, draw your belly in, send your hips back to your heels, nice and slow, especially if your back is feeling tight. We'll just repeat that movement a few times. Okay, after this exhale, just rest in child pose for a few breaths. Just tune in to how your lower back is feeling. Scan your body for any tension that doesn't need to be there. And just let go of effort for a moment or two. Okay, let's come onto the back. When you get onto your back, gently draw your knees into your chest. Notice how your low back is feeling. And bring both feet to the floor with your knees bent. Straighten your right leg out on the floor. Arms start out at your side. Take a breath. And on your next inhale, raise your arms overhead. And exhale from your belly, lift your straight leg, arms come down to your side. Engage your abdominals for a moment, stretch your leg, and repeat. Inhale, lower your right leg, arms come up overhead, stretching out. And exhale, engaging your abdominals, drawing them in. Little pause. Continue. Repeat the movement about 8 or 10 times. And on the next round, we'll stay. So as your leg comes up, take your hands to the back of your thigh. Flatten your lower back. Stretch your leg. Just focus on your breathing. Feeling into the stretch. And on your next exhale, draw your knee in. Give yourself a little squeeze here. And then change sides. So straighten out your left leg, arms at your side, and we'll repeat that same movement on this side 8 or 10 times. Arms come up first on inhale, stretch out, and exhale. Lift your leg, engage your abdominals, flatten your lower back, little pause, feel it, and continue. Nice steady breathing. Linking the movement to your breath. And as you perform this movement, notice how your leg lifts and lowers. See if there's any spots where it wobbles, or if it feels a little sticky, or a place where you want to rush through it. Try to keep it nice and steady. Try to make every movement mindful. Just paying attention. Get out of your head, get into your body. Okay, I'm going to do one more and then stay. Exhaling, leg comes up, hands to the back of your thigh. Find a nice stretch. Try flexing your top foot, pointing your toes toward your nose. One of the things that can lead to lower back pain is tight hamstrings. So this is a great way to stretch the hamstrings nice and safely. Not bearing any weight, not pulling into them, not pushing. And as you do the deep breathing, your body just naturally starts to relax and open without struggling, without forcing anything. Okay, on your next exhale, draw your knee in. Just pull it in as much as it's comfortable. Okay, bring both feet to the floor, a little wider this time, more like shoulder distance. Open up your arms so that you've got a nice stable base. Inhale here. And on your exhale, let your knees rock to one side. Turn your head in the opposite direction. And inhale, come back to center, centering your head, centering your legs. Exhale to the other side. Little pause after the exhale, drawing your belly in. So we're not pushing or pulling ourselves into the twist. Just letting it happen naturally. On your next round, stay a few breaths on each side. Focusing on your breathing. Every exhale, letting go of any tension, letting go of any effort. It's helping the body to relax and open naturally. Next inhale, come back to center, and exhale to the other side. Stay for a few breaths. Tuning in. Next inhale, come back to center. On your exhale, draw your knees in. So notice how we're always doing a gentle counter pose after each movement, every posture. You might give your low back a little massage here, just rocking side to side. Okay, next movement, we'll do the bridge. So bring both feet to the floor. Knees about hips distance apart, feet about hips distance apart. So we're lining up the feet and the knees. Arms at your side, tuck your shoulder blades under. On your inhale, press through your feet, lift your hips as you raise your arms up overhead. Pause at the top, squeeze your glutes, press through your feet. Feel how that supports the opening in your front body. And exhale, lower down. Continue like that. One more time with movement. And then, if it's comfortable, stay for a few breaths. And if you're staying the whole time, press through your feet, press through your heels, engage your glutes, and breathe. Okay, next exhale, lower down. Gently draw your knees in. Gentle squeeze. All right, we'll finish with one more movement. Straighten both legs out. Again, arms at your side. On your inhale, raise your arms up overhead. Stretch out nice and long. And as you exhale, draw your right knee in. Take your hands to your shin. And just help the exhale out by gently squeezing it. Inhale, straighten your leg, raise your arms. And exhale, left knee comes in. Continue like this. This movement always feels really good when my back is tight. And I find this movement really helps with digestion. So doing it first thing in the morning can really help get things moving. Okay, last round. And when you're done, draw both knees in. If it's comfortable, bring your head up toward your knees. Give yourself a squeeze. Okay, and then take a little rest in this position. It's called constructive rest pose. And this is from the Alexander technique. And it helps to release the psoas, the deep core muscle that can become really tight when we do an activity like hiking with a backpack or walking around the streets of Toronto with a backpack. What we want to do is find a position for the feet where we don't feel like there's too much weight in the toes or too much weight in the heels. So you want to find a balance through the feet front to back. And then you can tuck your chin and lengthen the back of your neck, or it could be helpful to place a pillow or a book underneath your head. So we want to elongate the spine. And you can rest with your hands on your belly, one hand on the chest, one hand on the belly, whatever's comfortable. And as you just breathe, scanning your body, noticing any tension and just trying to let that go. And as you stay here, you might notice some like shaking or trembling in the legs, maybe in the core. And this is just tension releasing. So allow it, breathe into it. Try to stay for about 5 minutes.